Sanctuary, Heavenly Birthstones, Part 30. Compiled by Shirley Jean Street and read by Wayne T. Street. After Leah gave birth to Jacob's 10th son, Zebulun, she said, God hath endued me with a good dowry. Now will my husband dwell with me, because I have borne him 6 sons. Zebulun's name meant dwelling. Genesis 30, verse 20. It was registered on the green emerald. His tribal banner was believed to consist of a ship sailing into the sunset. He might be characterized as a wanderer. Genesis 49, verse 13. Moses, in his parting blessing, spoke of Zebulun as a seafaring people. As a result of his travels, he developed into a writer and artist and caused an influence that spread far beyond his local horizon. Deuteronomy 33, verses 18 and 19, and also Judges chapter 5, verse 14. Like his other brothers, Zebulun eyed Joseph with resentment, and then steeled himself against the heart-rending agony of their father when informed of Joseph's supposed demise. With them, he remained silent for 22 years of pain. Zebulun was included with his brother Issachar in the prophetic blessing pronounced by Moses. While the latter would prosper staying at home, Zebulun was to rejoice in going out. Deuteronomy 33, verses 18 and 19. But instead, he became a vagabond. When the tribal land should be distributed, Jacob had predicted that Zebulun shall dwell at the shore of the sea. He shall become a haven for ships, and his border shall be at Sidon. Genesis 49, verse 13. And so it turned out that Zebulun did become a voyager whose cargo vessels sucked the abundance of the seas and of the treasures hid in the sand, and brought him to wealth. Not only did this tribe grow rich and prosperous, it was also missionary-minded. On their trips abroad, the mariners of Zebulun called the people unto the mountain of Zion, where they offered sacrifices of righteousness. Wealthy and of a good character, an excellent, if uncommon combination, the people of Zebulun also became an haven of ships, offering shelter to the tempest-tossed. It seems that Zebulun's tribe was blessed with both intelligence and this world's goods. But when there was a crisis in the cause of the Lord, we find them risking all to maintain the honor of God's name. The tribe of Zebulun were rangers of battle, and what was more valuable to God's cause than numbers or skill was that they were not of double heart. 1 Chronicles 12, verse 33. They were men that the Lord could trust in a crisis. The soldiers of Zebulun acquitted themselves well during the battle led by Deborah the prophetess, for they jeopardized their lives unto the death in the battlefield. Judges 5, verse 18. The prophetess noted that out of Zebulun they handle the pen of the writer. Judges 5, verse 14. Fearless and helpful, literary and generous, they took no gain of money. And when King David was preparing for his coronation, he was backed by eager supporters from Zebulun, such as went forth to battle, expert in war, with all instruments of war, 50,000, which could keep rank. They were not of double heart. 1 Chronicles 12, verse 3. What a wonderful testimony inspiration has left of them. In the worship of God, they were just as enthusiastic. During Hezekiah's reformation, diverse of Zebulun from the northern kingdom humbled themselves and came to Jerusalem to keep the feast of unleavened bread. 2 Chronicles chapter 30, verses 11 to 13. Rich, prosperous, and enterprising, gifted, artistic, and literary, brave, organized, and masters of themselves, Zebulun played his part in the cause of God without striving for financial gain. The land of Zebulun had the privilege of being the childhood home of Jesus. Nazareth was situated within its borders. Many of this rare and useful group will be sealed, Revelation 7, verse 8, and eventually enter the city of God. Upon the pulsing heart of the high priest, Zebulun's name shone in the green of the polished emerald, and his tribesmen thrilled in the hope which their position gave them. Zebulun's New Testament counterpart is the unobtrusive disciple James the Less, the Lord's half-brother.